What's going on, my PT peeps? Welcome to that family of my fighters. I'm One Eyebrow, also known as PT. You don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead, and I wish they did this. Obviously, spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead universe. Spoiler warning. Now in this video, we're going to talk about some information that I read that possibly could have changed The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead spin-off from The Walking Dead, and I wish they did this. But they didn't, and we got what we got. And we'll get into that. But first, guys, if you can and you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and help us achieve that goal of 100,000 subscribers. And if you like what we do here, just hitting that like button really helps the channel out in so many different ways. If you want to donate to the channel, your donations come back to the channel in a variety of ways. Hit the join button, become a member. We have a Patreon. We also do live streams where you can super chat. And of course, we have my book series. Fight for Us is available on Amazon in paperback and digital format on Kindle. Hope you join the fight and pick up your copy today. But hopefully you are a subscriber to the channel and you've seen some of my recent videos. Recently, I did a quiz video. And if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. See what questions you know, what you don't know, and it's just a fun video. But ultimately, I talked about a bunch of different things from season 1 to season 3. And in that video, I brought up a question about Dr. Jenner's wife. When I was researching this stuff for the questions, I saw something about Dr. Jenner's wife could have been in the pilot episode of Fear the Walking Dead, but they scratched it. I don't know if they actually shot that and they didn't air it, if it's a deleted scene or what, or it was just an idea that they didn't end up going with for Fear the Walking Dead season 1. Here, Candace Jenner is the wife of Dr. Jenner, and it was one of those things where it was like, wow, that could have been awesome if they went that route. We could have seen the CDC early on in the apocalypse, because Fear the Walking Dead is before The Walking Dead. Instead, this is patient 0. She was Nick's girlfriend in the church. She turns into a walker, the first walker that we see in the timeline. So there equals patient 0. We got Nick being a drug addict, Madison, Alicia, the Clarks, Travis, a whole big family drama, a dysfunctional family in California. But it would have been really cool if you could have seen the aspect of the CDC early on in Atlanta, DC, a couple of different cities. And again, the timeline of Fear the Walking Dead is, so many days before The Walking Dead, the hospital, the coma, Rick, Shane, the police chase, the timelines. I'm sure people have done the timeline video already. I'm not going to talk about that here, but it would have been really cool to see Candace Jenner get bit. They try to work on her a little bit, but that would have been short-sighted because I'm not sure where they could have went with the show after it, and that's probably why they didn't do it, because we had The Walking Dead, and it would have been really cool, right? We'd be like, whoa, that'd be cool to explore, and maybe they will down the road, because Gimple did say that they're talking about having characters that aren't on the show anymore early on in the apocalypse, and I could see them doing it here with the Jenners. It'd be pretty cool to see the CDC, and I love the idea of exploring stuff like a prequel to the story of what we've seen before our group got there. We love to see more information, more stuff, more story, how things connect. And I really think they missed the boat with Fear the Walking Dead in the first couple seasons, where they didn't want it to connect with The Walking Dead at all. Then why'd you have it in the name? You should have came up with your own story, your own name, your own everything. But ultimately you had it in the name and they were like, nah, we're not going to have that. It's going to be its own story. And then we come up on season 4 and 5 and soon to be 6, and Fear the Walking Dead has so many characters from The Walking Dead, and that's like, what were you doing early on? I'm not sure what they wanted to do, and I know a lot of people love the show, but some people like myself are like, what did they do with this story? The CDC blew up at the end of season 1 of The Walking Dead, so unless they branched out from that, we already saw the ending of the Jenners, so it didn't really make sense for them to go that route, but I would have loved to have seen a connection point from there. Maybe there was another group in Atlanta, and it picks up after the CDC blows up. The group sees that. It was the outsiders looking in at our group in Atlanta, but they could have done a million different things and they didn't. Instead, we got California dreaming and California dysfunctional family and all this stuff, and then Mexico and Texas, and they're all over the place in my opinion. But there you go, guys. Wish they did this. Do you agree? Do you think we could have seen more of the Jenners and seen a different thing for Fear the Walking Dead? Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below and tell them Daryl.
No, we love you guys.